guys, welcome back. One of my favorite parts about my job, not only because I get to do what I love every day, but I also get to sit and create Arty and rainbow cakes. And that is actually one of my favorite things to do. So this is a new combination, ooh la la, that I'm going to be using on her. And I also have some other designs coming up if you are in need of holiday inspiration. Check out Fabit TV this month because not only did Karen Sawyer's class, Snow Adorable, premiere, but I also have a new class, Heather's Holiday Picks, which I love. I sit back and I watch it and I just giggle because I say, man, that's actually cool. How did I come up with that? So let's get started, guys. So with your Arty cakes, you want to use like a 3/4 brush or a number 12 brush, and you're going to take it and you're just going to load it back and forth. Don't be afraid to actually press on the bristles. A lot of people are scared and they only just kind of swipe the top. No. You need to press on here to retrieve those colors. And once you have paint that's about 3/4 on your brush or almost to the ferrule, then you've loaded it properly. So I'm going to start off in the middle of the forehead with my brush, and I'm going to start off by making a loop. Just like that. We use that loop when we do rosebuds and flowers. And then right on top of the loop, I'm going to press, come up, and I create that centerpiece. So it's almost like a flame. So then right after that, I'm going to make another loop and a teardrop coming in. And on this side, making sure that the purple is on top, a loop, and then a teardrop coming in. Okay, so I created my centerpiece right inside of there. So then the next thing that I'm going to do is I come up, make another loop, and another loop to finish it off because I want to head to the corner over here. And then I'm going to come up, make a loop, and another loop to finish it off right inside of there. So this is a great way to create a fast crown. It's impressive, the colors are blended, and this is, you can leave it actually just like this if you wanted to, just by adding a little bit of something. But I'm going to kind of embellish it some more because my way is, of course, to add teardrops. I mixed a little bit of metallic white, she knows it, and pink on my sponge, and then I test it on my wrist to make sure that it's a color I like for the cheeks. And I have her smile, really soft, not too much. So I have her natural cheeks, and then I'm just going to dust the color up, as you can see, so that I follow her natural cheek lines. Is switching over to a smaller brush. This is a 12 versus a 3/4, so you can see the difference. So I'm going to switch over to a 12 because I want to trace her eyes, but I don't want the full width. So I'm going to take my smaller brush and I'm going to just load up 3 of the colors versus all of the colors. Now when you're going to trace the eyes, anytime using your Arty cakes, you don't want to start straight. You want to start as if you're going to make a straight line across her eye so that you're actually going to trace the eye. Close your eyes, beautiful. So I start in the corner of the eye, flat, follow it, and trace it up, just like that, so that you don't have this weird block. Close your eye. And then I start straight, press flat, pull it up to the corner of the eye. This way you have beautiful blended eyes. What time of year it is, stars are always in style. Doesn't matter, you can tell because they're on children's clothing. And this is our #1 selling BAM stencil, I think, which is the star stencil. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of white. I'm going to take my stencil right by the corners of the eyes. I lay it down and I just tap it. Yep, pat it. Exactly. And then I'll lift it off so you can see.
And get the stars.
That's right. So I'll repeat it on this side.
On the other side. Pat, 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 pat.
And
turn. At your side.
That's right. But I still want to repeat a little bit of this star pattern in here.
Pat, 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 pat.
And a few in here.
Pat, pat, pat.
She makes my job so easy, guys. And then finally, just maybe a few on the bridge of the nose. So now I have this kind of star pattern, which makes the whole design just flow a little bit better, adds that little extra touch that didn't take you much longer, but makes to me a huge difference because people love those stars, especially little girls. So finally I'm going to pick up just a little bit of white on my brush and add my teardrops here and there. I'll show you what I mean. So here's the middle of the design. So I'm going to trace these outlines and create just a little bit more of a fuller teardrop look. So I'll start in the middle, I press, I pull, and I'm just going right along the edge of my centerpiece. Now in following this shape, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow it in. Press, and pull. And then from this shape, I'm going to swirl it out a little bit right there. So you can see I made that little swirl. That same thing on this side. Press, come off of it and make that swirl. Okay? Then, since I have teardrops up here, I'm going to just match my teardrops at the bottom. So now I have a balance right in here. So right in the middle of this, you have a whole bunch of choices. You can leave it just like that. You can create a series of dots coming down, or my favorite would be to put a beautiful gem right in there. Right? Love gems. Okay, so once you get to this point, yeah, you could leave it just like that. You don't need to do anything else. You can add some lipstick and glitter and go. Or just to give you a few ideas, in these spots right here, you could bring the whole crown together by bringing it together with teardrops and just outlining. So I'm going to show you what I mean. So turn your head a little bit like this. So what you could do is just outline all of your Arty Cake strokes. So I'll come right off of this one, press, pull it down, press,
pull it down
to get thinner, and then here, press, pull it down, right inside of there, so that I outlined it and gave it a little bit more definition. Same thing here, press, pull it down. And the easy part about a crown like this is that you're really just outlining, so you don't have to do a lot of guessing work. So now we're by the corners of the eyes. So I'm just going to add a little bit more. I'll still pick up using my smaller brush, which sometimes is easier to maneuver around the corners of the eyes. I'm going to use this smaller brush right on the edges right here. So I come straight out, press and pull in, press and pull in, and end up straight. So I make these little kind of fairy wings on the tip of her eyes. I'll do the same thing here. Press and pull in, press and pull in, press and pull in. So I call them kind of like my little fairy wings right under the eyes. Whenever I'm working under the eyes here, I like to start out and work in. So what I mean by that is I'm going to start on the tip of my brush, and I brought in my swirl so that I can create teardrops coming right off of it. And it gives me direction. So I'll repeat that on this side as well. Swirl from the outside, bring it in, teardrops up. So that way you don't get lost in your design. And since I outlined these, I'm going to press and pull in for those as well. So I'm looking at this design, and anytime that I have a finger's worth of space, I like to fill it in with something. So I see something here, so I'm just going to fill it in using my dots in these spaces right there. And the same thing in here. I'll add a cluster of dots just to fill in, I like to call it my dead space. Now close your eyes for me. I'll also add a little chain of dots right in the corners of the eyes. Press, and they're going to get smaller, which just adds that very subtle touch. And I'll repeat any open space right there as well. So now my favorite part, what time is it?
Glitter and lipstick.
That's right. I mix a little bit of metallic the shimmer magenta with a little bit of the watermelon from Fab on my brush. And then I'm just going to just trace her lips. And then, of course, add some glitter. Some of my magenta glitter. Close your mouth a little bit. Open your bottom. So I just tap it right on the bottom here. One, to set the paint. But two, the bottom lip is usually bigger so it really shines. And they're going to usually squinch their lips anyways. And then I'm going to take my Mama Clown White Fairy Dust glitter. And I'm going to dab it right there. And a little bit there. And right there.
And right there. And there you go, guys.
Alright, I got 2 thumbs up from Leah today. She must really like this design. You like it? Show them your thumbs up. Alright, this is a party hit for me. When I go to parties and I can create these kind of princess fairy tale designs, they love it. And my Arty Cakes allow me to execute them super quick and they're impressive. And notice, if you look, I only used 1 Arty Cake and a white paint. And it just can create a beautiful face. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. You check out, keep your eyes open for my next videos. And thank you, Leah.